Yes, exactly. So, I think that we should be a little bit concerned about where we are with the debt. It's not a problem now, but it's still building. To your point, Brian, it's tough to tell how much of this is political noise, particularly in Washington. We know that these companies are massive behemoths. We also know that they're executing and that they're making money and that a lot of them have some pretty darn good margins. It's politically attractive right now to attack big business, to attack big America, to go after the all-pervasive tech stocks that seem to know everything about us. We saw the minority leader yesterday coming out saying you can't look into my personal data. Well, maybe not. Does it turn out to be a real threat? Could these companies be broken up? Yes, but I'm going to go back to Leventhal's point. It doesn't look like anything materially is going to happen anytime soon, and the investment case stays intact. Therefore, back to Chuck Prince a couple of decades ago, the music is still playing, and it gets very expensive if you stop dancing early.
I like the old reference to the Citigroup CEO of decades ago, pulling one out of the hat there. Rob Sechin, your comment on big tech. I know you pretty much own all the FANG stocks, and it doesn't seem like there's any sign that you're going to sell anytime soon, is there?
No, everything but Netflix, really. And, it's a really hard time, right? Because you have interest rates that are still supportive. You have enormous gains. We manage mostly taxable money for our clients. I think the secular trends that are in place for a lot of these stocks are very powerful. You have some cyclicality in a number of them, like Google, with ads and travel picking up. But it should be no surprise that as Delta and the jobs numbers have come into the discussion this week, that and in the prior weeks, really, but that these stocks have done well because they're really heavily tied to interest rates, at least over the short term, right? And interest rates have been pretty well behaved. And so, my view is you continue to have to own these stocks for their long-term characteristics, but you pick up a lot of optionality by being brave enough to tip into the market and buy some of the cyclical and value stocks, which is what we're doing. We're doing every time we see a pullback. They led last week, and then they gave a lot back this week, and we're stepping in. I happen to believe that interest rates are going to head higher. I think that that a lot of people feel that way. It's just a question of when, and it's okay to buy in advance because you pick up a lot of that profit as those things happen. And so having, as I always say, a foot on both these skis makes a lot of sense to me. So keeping quality tech is somewhere that we're going to be invested for quite some time, I think.